Welcome to another Misfits video. Here at the Misfits, we like to show cards. I want to show a great set, and it's a vintage football set. You know, vintage football cards are so underappreciated, undervalued, I think. Actually, modern football cards too, aside from your prospect quarterbacks. And I always say, I think it's because of two major reasons. Number one, I don't think the NFL does a great enough job of highlighting the great players of the past. And number two, with the rule changes and game additions, it eliminates all the old players from holding records. And so the game has changed so drastically that you can't compare wide receivers of today and quarterbacks of today with the ones in the past. And of course, you don't have running backs like you used to in the old days either. So, this is a great football set, and I just wanted to share a few cards. I have a few cards from this set. It's a 1961 Fleer, and they're fantastic football cards. Here's the Jimmy Brown. Here's a Bobby Lane. It's funny, the Browns and Steelers uniforms look the same. This is Ernie Stautner, and he was a defensive tackle for the Steelers. And up until a few years ago, when the Steelers retired Mean Joe Green's jersey, he was the only jersey the Steelers had ever retired. And so, with those great teams, they had only ever retired his jersey. Great defensive tackle. Here's Jim Taylor. They call him Jimmy. Great running back on those great Green Bay teams. Great linebacker Sam Huff for the Giants. And a great card. Raymond Berry. Great target for Johnny U. Another great running back from the Packers, Paul Hornung. Another Packer. Seem to have a lot of Packers here. Forrest Gregg. Rightfully so from this era. Earl Morrall. Man, what an up and down story he was. He'd end up winning as a backup. In fact, in the Super Bowl that Joe Namath guaranteed a win, not everybody realizes that Johnny Unitas had hurt his shoulder. He didn't play that whole season. It was Earl Morrall who took him to the Super Bowl and who played the first 3 quarters or most of the game till they brought Johnny U in at the very end of the game, very injured. Earl Morrall. And here is Jim Ringo. And I have some more, what a lot of card people call more common cards here. But these cards are fantastic looking. A fun, and for the most part, inexpensive set to collect. If you like vintage football. So what are your thoughts? Does the NFL do a good enough job of promoting the old players? Do you think that I'm right, that the rule changes and added games have hurt the legacy of vintage players? And do you see that changing? Do you think there will ever be more of a market for vintage football cards? Let me know what you think. And thanks for watching another Misfits video.